Part 18. Honghuang, I can reach the sky without realizing the great way, and I will never change my form to author, Honghuang Xiaoan. Chapter 171. Western Teaching. When Zunti learned that Sun Wukong had the strength to seriously injure dozens of immortals, true immortals, mysterious mountain spirits and wild monsters after just one night of training, he was shocked. Could it be that Sun Wukong has a talent, and we have missed it? Isn't it even better than the Brillo monkey? But why can't my clone find any cultivation level? After Zunti was surprised, his face also looked puzzled. Junior brother, why are you so confused? Jiyin on the side quickly asked out of curiosity after seeing Zunti's puzzled expression. Zunti immediately told Jiyin about Sun Wukong's strangeness. Hearing this, Jiyin also had a look of surprise on his face. After practicing for one night, can you fight against a group of monsters? And you still can't see any magic power or physical strength in your clone. How could this be? Could it be that your clone was mistaken? Jiyin asked after being surprised. Senior brother, why don't we too use our magical powers to see for ourselves? Zunti thought for a while and said. Good, Jiyin nodded. Jiyin and Zunti used the holy power of the Great Dao. They immediately noticed Sun Wukong in the Three Stars Cave of the setting moon. The two of them went up and down, and Dao Shengneng checked them several times. However, like Zunti's incarnation, Taoist Bodhi, there is no abnormality at all. It's really strange, there seems to be a mist inside this stone monkey. Yes, the two of us are already in the Great Dao realm, but we can't see through it no matter what. Jiyin and Zunti muttered to themselves. Then, they used other magical powers to observe. The result was still the same. Senior brother, how could this happen? The two of us are already in the Great Dao realm. Not to mention this stone monkey, there are only a handful of people in the entire prehistoric world who can be seen clearly by the two of us, Zunti said. This stone monkey was born by breaking open the five-color sacred stone, and it must belong to a strange species in the world. Junior brother, do you think this stone monkey has innate powers? It is precisely because of this innate superpower that one can practice to seriously injure dozens of immortals, true immortals, and mysterious immortals in one night. Is it precisely because of this that the two of us cannot see through it? Jiyin thought carefully and thought about it one after another. Zunti's eyes moved. There are many different kinds of people in the world with superpowers. Zunti also knows this. If according to Jiyin's statement, then this stone monkey has extraordinary powers. No. In an instant, Zunti's eyes shone brightly. Senior brother, if you say so, this stone monkey's talent may surpass that of the wild-armed ape in the future. Yes, so to speak, it is indeed possible, Jiyin looked firmly and said. Senior brother, if this stone monkey has a chance of surpassing the great monkey, we must train it hard. In the future, a group of disciples who grow up to surpass Jijiao will not only gain our face, but also increase the power of our Western religion. Zunti laughed happily. At this pace, does Zunti want to use Tongtian's disciple Sun Wukong to show off in front of Tongtian? I'm afraid that if the time comes, if he fails to show off, he will be slapped in the face. Junior brother, we took 3 Hongmeng purple chi last time. One of them has been given to an outstanding Buddha in the section. There is one of the remaining 2. I originally planned to give it to Jin Shanzi and give it to him when he reincarnates. He returned from his journey to the west and became a saint immediately. There is another thing, I have been thinking about who to give it to. I think it is better to give it to Sun Wukong. After the golden cicada travels to the west, he will definitely have great merits, and he will be able to obtain great opportunities by then. And this Sun Wukong, a talented monster, may or may not obtain the opportunity of the Great Dao after becoming a saint. By then, we will have the realm of the 4 Great Dao. At that time, not to mention the Heavenly Family sect, even the G sect, we were no longer weak at all. Ji Yin said with a bit of pride in his eyes. Okay, senior brother, I agree with this idea, so that's my decision. Later, I will send the Hongmeng purple chi to my clone, Taoist Bodhi, and let it be handed over directly to the monkey. Zunti nodded. What are you doing? This is obviously giving opportunities to Tongtian's disciples. Hongmeng purple chi has been rare in the world since the last carving up. Now it's ready. It's given to Sun Wukong, which makes Zhejiao there was an extra saint. In the Three Stars Cave under the slanting moon, a group of disciples of mountain elves and wild monsters looked at their teacher, Taoist Bodhi, without speaking for a while. Suddenly, they shouted repeatedly. Teacher, this monkey is just a handyman disciple. He is so cute and hateful. He secretly learned your skills and hurt us like this. You can't spare him. That is, teacher, you want to avenge us and beat him to death. Yes, kill him. Obviously, this group of mountain spirits and wild monsters really hate Sun Wukong. Ichiban Bodhi Taoist vowed not to give up until Taoist Bodhi kills Sun Wukong. But if they want Taoist Bodhi to kill Sun Wukong, I can only say that they are looking down on themselves. Too high. Bodhi Taoist is the incarnation of Zunti. Now Zunti and Jian completely regard Sun Wukong as a treasure. Not to mention killing Sun Wukong, they are not even willing to hurt him at all. They regard Sun Wukong as their future, the great saint of Western religion. Wait, shut up. Taoist Bodhi shouted sharply at a group of mountain elves and wild monsters. The group of mountain elves and wild monsters were stunned. We were made like this by this monkey. We asked teacher to avenge us, why do you want us to shut up? Teacher, is it possible? Shouldn't you just attack the monkey directly? He is just a handyman disciple. I accepted Sun Wukong as my disciple last night. And he taught him the skills. What? This handyman disciple has been accepted as a disciple by the teacher? How is this possible? Didn't you drive this monkey out yesterday? Why did he teach his skills and accept disciples overnight? The expressions of all the mountain spirits and wild monsters were stiff. The result you have today is your own fault. As my disciple, he is qualified to practice again, so you are so entangled. You are responsible for your own fault. All the mountain spirits and wild monsters want to vomit blood in their hearts. You accept Stone Monkey as your disciple and teach him we don't know about magical powers. Why does it seem like it's still our fault? We are really right? All the mountain spirits and wild monsters suddenly became extremely depressed. From today onwards, Sun Wukong is the leader of your disciples. If you dare to be disrespectful in the future, I will punish you severely. Taoist Bodhi shouted coldly, showing off his intimidation. The mountain spirits and wild monsters suddenly felt even more uncomfortable. They had just been dealt with in front of them. They were injured and disabled. Teacher, you said you had taken care of them. He is a disciple, and we are responsible for it, that's all. Now we are told that he is the senior brother of all of us? This, how do we think about it? Teacher, I disagree. The tiger demon, who had always been regarded as the senior brother by all the mountain elves and wild monsters, saw that Sun Wukong had taken his position. Anger and jealousy suddenly grew in his heart. Teacher, I don't agree either. I, Lu Yuan, don't agree either. Following that, two more voices came from behind the tiger demon. They were the deer demon and snake demon that were first dealt with by Sun Wukong. Honghuang, I can reach the sky without realizing the great way, and I will never change my form to author, Honghuang Xiaoan. Chapter 172. There are tiger demons, deer demons, and snake demons taking the lead. The other mountain elves and wild monsters also had expressions of reluctance on their faces. But not before they spoke. The stern look on Taoist Bodhi's face is revealed. On the first day you entered my door, I told you to wait. When practicing under my sect, you must not disobey my orders, otherwise your cultivation will be eliminated and your sect will be driven away. Do you think my words will not count? The Bodhi Taoist waved his hand, and his mysterious power was fully revealed. You and the other three dare to rebel against me. If so, today I will eliminate your cultivation and drive you away. Mysterious power shot out from the sky. The tiger demon, deer demon, and snake demon, who were already seriously injured and miserable, suddenly turned into running water. This was their cultivation that they had practiced for hundreds of years. However, it was all destroyed in one day. Several people looked horrified and quickly wanted to beg for mercy. But before they could speak, I will drive you out of my house today. If you dare to speak my name outside in the future, I will personally kill you. Taoist Bodhi finished speaking. The tiger demon, deer demon, and snake demon were instantly sent out of the three-star cave of the setting moon by Taoist Bodhi's mysterious power. The remaining mountain spirits and wild monsters suddenly appeared in panic. Originally, they wanted to fight with Taoist Bodhi. The tiger demon and others expressed their dissent. However, now, they all closed their mouths tightly. Now, do you still have any objections? Bodhi Taoist scolded. Just kidding, they have objections, but do they dare to speak out? Just drive them out of Xianyu Sangxing cave. But who is willing to abolish their cultivation? That is what they have practiced for hundreds of years. Since there is no point in waiting, then you can go back and recover. In the future, if you dare to do anything against Sun Wukong again, you should know the consequences. Bodhi Taoist way of humanity. Is teacher. Teacher, we get it. The seriously injured mountain spirits and wild monsters retreated wisely. At this moment, only Sun Wukong was left. Sun Wukong, do you know what level your current state has reached? Taoist Bodhi asked. Just now, Taoist Bodhi's deity Zunti had already sent a message to him, and gave the Hongmeng purple chi to Taoist Bodhi, asking him to transfer it to Sun Wukong at the right time. But in the end, his deity, Taoist Zunti, specifically warned him, now, be sure to ask what state Sun Wukong has reached. Sun Wukong's eyes rolled. When the teacher left Shuoliandong, he said that as long as he worshipped Bodhi as his teacher, he would have no worries. In this case, I will not lie to this Bodhi Taoist. Sun Wukong thought for a while and then said, I seem to have reached the second level of Deluo Jingxian. Upon hearing this, Taoist Bodhi almost dropped his eyes to the ground. In his opinion, Sun Wukong only practiced for one night. And on this night of cultivation, he became the great Luo Jingxian. How terrifying this is! How terrible this is! Not to mention that I have never seen it before, but I have never heard of it. Western teaching. Jiyan and Zunti have also been paying attention to Xianyu Sangxing cave. When I heard that Sun Wukong became the great Luo Jingxian overnight, the two of them were shocked at first, followed by a look of ecstasy. Junior brother, this stone monkey is really a monster. What a great opportunity for us Western religions. Yes, senior brother, when journey to the west is over, Sun Wukong will surely rise. Jiyan and Zunti said while laughing wildly. At the end of the journey to the west, Sun Wukong must have risen. But in the end, it must have nothing to do with your Western religion. In the Three Stars cave under the setting moon, Taoist Bodhi, who had been surprised for a long time, finally woke up. Good, very good. Taoist Bodhi praised repeatedly. Sun Wukong glanced at me. Hello, I have nothing to do with you. As early as when I entered your Xiaoyu Sangxing cave, I would have been the second level of Deluo Jingxian. If you hadn't done anything to trouble me, the test tempers the mind. I have been able to use my strength a long time ago. Thinking of this, Sun Wukong became very angry. The great time was wasted by Taoist Bodhi for 3 years. Now that you have reached the realm of Deluo Jingxian, I will teach you a method and give you a thing. After finishing speaking, Taoist Bodhi waved his hand. A magical method fell into Sun Wukong's mind. This magical power is called somersault cloud. In the blink of an eye, you can jump thousands of miles into the air, and in the future, you can chase the enemy while walking without any effort. Taoist Bodhi said after imparting the method. After Sun Wukong felt the method in his mind, a happy look appeared on his face immediately and he began to practice. It must be said that Sun Wukong's talent is extraordinary. In just a moment, the somersault cloud magical power has already been achieved. He can move like an arm. In a few blinks, he has traveled hundreds of thousands of miles in a row. Yes, this magical power is very useful. When Sun Wukong landed in Xianyu Sangxing cave again, his face was full of relief. This somersault cloud is considered a pretty magical power in Western religions. There are many disciples of Buddha in Western religions, but almost none of them have mastered it. But Sun Wukong is just a talent. After a while, he mastered it. Master Bodhi was once again surprised. Sun Wukong, in addition to the somersault cloud, I also give this thing to you. Taoist Bodhisattva waved his hand again. A ball of purple energy arrived in front of Taoist Bodhisattva. A ball of anger. Sun Wukong glanced at the Honghuang purple chi and said with disdain. Sun Wukong was born not long ago, so naturally he didn't know the function of Honghuang purple chi. Look at this thing. It has no power. It looks like garbage at first glance. I don't want it. Sun Wukong shook his head and said. Taoist Bodhi was stunned again. This is the Honghuang purple chi. It is the opportunity of Hunyuan. Sun Wukong actually said no. Tongtian, your disciple is really interesting. He didn't even want the opportunity of Hunyuan. In the midst of the teaching, Nuwa gave a sweet smile. Once upon a time, no one else could have this Honghuang purple chi. In fact, there were not a few people who fell for it. But Sun Wukong still looked disgusted. Xianyu in Sangxing cave. Bodhi Taoist after a while. He explained patiently, Sun Wukong, although this thing seems to have no power, it is a great miracle and a great opportunity. A big miracle, a big opportunity. What great miraculous opportunities could there be? Sun Wukong still curled his lips and asked. This thing is of great benefit to your future growth, and can make you a high-class existence, said Taoist Bodhisattva. Just this amount of chi can make me a high-class existence. Why do I not believe it so much? Sun Wukong is still contemptuous. Taoist Bodhi was speechless for a moment. If his deity hadn't told him, he wouldn't be able to tell Sun Wukong everything now. Otherwise, he really wanted to say that this Honghuang purple chi looks inconspicuous, but it can prove the great way of Hunyuan. You can't say it. Bodhi Taoist, you can only force it. Sun Wukong, you cannot refuse this Honghuang purple chi. Take it now. Taoist Bodhisattva said solemnly. Does this Taoist Bodhisattva have any plot to harm me? How can I look down on this Honghuang purple chi? That's all. This Taoist Bodhisattva insists on giving it to me, so I can only reluctantly accept it. Otherwise, it would be bad if he refused to break up with Taoist Bodhi and ruin the teacher's plan. Sun Wukong thought a few words in his heart. So, he reluctantly accepted the Honghuang purple chi. Whoever gets the Honghuang purple chi in the prehistoric era will not be happy. Only Sun Wukong, very reluctantly. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Honghuang, I can reach the sky without realizing the great way, and I will never change my form to author, Honghuang Xiaoyan. Chapter 173. Tongtian, your plan is really powerful. Fellow Daoists Jian and Zunti are usually extremely greedy, and all they think about is how to move opportunities to teach in the West. However, you made some calculations and asked them to teach your disciples the Dharma and magical powers, and even brought out the Hongmeng purple qi. From now on, if your disciple's identity is revealed, I'm afraid they will be so angry that they vomit blood. During the Jijiao, Nuwa saw Sun Wukong reluctantly accepting the Hongmeng purple qi and said with a smile. To be honest, if Jiyin and Zunti finally knew that Sun Wukong was a disciple of Tongtian, it would definitely not be just the vomiting of blood due to qi. I'm afraid. Yes, it can make them angry. They are all self-righteous, but they don't know that everything is Tongtian's calculation. However, Tongtian's calculations not only make them vomit blood and explode with anger. They also make them play with Western religions. Finished. At that time, Jiyin and Zunti will face the problem of body death and Tao disappear. And this calculation is just the beginning of Sun Wukong. The prehistoric times do not remember years, but decades have passed in the blink of an eye. Western religion. Junior brother, Sun Wukong has almost finished his training under your avatar, it's time to let him out, Jiyin said. Okay, I will let the clone dissolve the Xianyu Sangxing cave and eliminate the traces, Zunti said. Soon, Zunti sent a message to his clone, Taoist Bodhi. A moment later, Taoist Bodhi gathered Sun Wukong and a group of mountain spirits and wild monsters in the Cave of 3 Stars under the setting moon. You have been practicing under my sect for many years. Our fate as master and disciple has also come to an end. After today, there will no longer be the slanting moon and 3 stars cave between heaven and earth, and I, Taoist Bodhi, will no longer be your teacher, said Taoist Bodhisattva. Teacher, why? Teacher, don't drive us away. A group of mountain elves and wild monsters shouted in panic. A group of mountain elves and wild monsters were obviously panicking. But Sun Wukong's eyes flickered and he thought to himself, finally we can leave this ghost Xianyu Sangxing cave. After staying here for so many years, Sun Wukong has long been bored. The water curtain cave in Huiguoshan is still the most comfortable. You don't need to do this, our fate has been exhausted. After you go out, please do not reveal my name as a Bodhi Taoist, otherwise I will kill you without mercy. After Taoist Bodhi finished speaking, he waved his hand and drove Sun Wukong and all the mountain spirits and wild monsters away from Xianyu Sangxing cave. After Sun Wukong and all the mountain spirits and wild monsters left Xiyu Sangxing cave, the entire Xiyu Sangxing cave immediately disappeared from heaven and earth. In the meantime, Taoist Bodhi also returned to his original deity. Sun Wukong had been aggrieved for a long time and returned to Huiguo Mountain for the first time. After decades of going there, the once little monkeys have now become old monkeys. However, among the monkeys, the legend of the Monkey King has been circulating for a long time. Sun Wukong returned to Huiguo Mountain. In an instant, monkeys, big and old, all gathered around Sun Wukong. A group of monkeys kept chattering. They were used to hearing human words, and then listened to monkey language. Sun Wukong is naturally not used to it. I have successfully returned from cultivation, and today I will open spiritual awareness to you and all the monkeys. Sun Wukong's mysterious power suddenly appeared. The huge mysterious power invaded the mind of every monkey. In an instant, thousands of monkeys in Huiguo Mountain opened their spiritual wisdom one after another. Now you can use human language, but no more monkey language in the future, Sun Wukong said. Can we speak human language? Hey, we can talk like humans. A group of monkeys were very surprised after trying it. Thank you, Your Majesty. A group of monkeys thanked Sun Wukong one after another. Tongtian, your disciple has already come out from the Bodhi Taoist incarnation of Zunti. His realm should have reached the 9th level of Deluo Golden Immortal. He is about to be beheaded. However, if you don't have the corpse-killing treasure, why don't you make some plans for your disciple? Asked Nuwa. There is no need to plan, the corpse-slaying treasure that is naturally suitable for him is in my servant Dragon Palace. I will tell you later and go and get it, Tongtian said with a smile. According to Journey to the West in his previous life, there should be demons guiding Sun Wukong to the Dragon Clan. The reason why there were demons guiding him was because the Dragon Clan in the previous life was very weak. He wanted to strengthen the Dragon Clan and recruited demons into the Dragon Clan to give them treasures. However, the Dragon Clan in this life is so powerful that there is no need to use treasures to recruit monsters. Therefore, the problem of monsters guiding Sun Wukong is omitted. Originally, Nuwa did not ask, but Tong Tien also thought in his heart that it was time to let him go and get the treasure. Lingming Stone Monkey, you are already a Deluo Golden Immortal and are about to be beheaded. Among the Dragon Clan of the East China Sea, there is a treasure that belongs to you, Tong Tien Sound Transmission said. Teacher? Is there a treasure that belongs to me in the East China Sea? Sun Wukong's mind moved, and his eyes suddenly shone. Yes, teacher, disciples understand. Sun Wukong replied. Then he said to all the monkeys. This king is going to the East China Sea. After saying that, Sun Wukong performed somersault cloud and flew away in the air. Tong Tien, you monkey went to the Dragon Clan, you don't know how to start a fight. One is your disciple and the other is your servant. Nuwa smiled and said. How could I not have thought of this, so I sent a message to Aojin of the Dragon Clan, Tong Tien said. After speaking, Tong Tien sent another message to Dragon Clan Aojin. Aojin, I have a disciple named Sun Wukong who went to your Dragon Clan's East China Sea to retrieve treasures. Please ask the Dragon King of the East China Sea to cooperate. But don't reveal his relationship with me in public, Tong Tien Sound Transmission wrote. Yes, Lord. After Aojin, who was currently practicing, heard this, he immediately sent a message to the Dragon King of the East China Sea. However, in a moment, Sun Wukong had already arrived in the East China Sea. The Western sex guides and Zunti had been following Sun Wukong since he left the water curtain cave. Sun Wukong. What is this stone monkey doing in the East China Sea? Could it be that he is heading to the Dragon Clan? But why would he go to the Dragon Clan if he had nothing to do? Jiyin and Zunti secretly said in confusion. In the normal journey to the west in the previous life, the Dragon Clan were weak and could be bullied by anyone. But now, the Dragon Clan is stronger. Even their Western religion is a bit timid. I saw Sun Wukong, using his magical powers, rushed directly into the sea. The eyes of Jiyin and Zunti moved. He really went to the Dragon Clan. Don't cause trouble with this stone monkey. He is our big schemer. If he messes with the Dragon Clan, we will be in trouble if we want to protect him. Jiyin and Zunti secretly thought in their hearts. They were obviously really afraid that Sun Wukong would cause trouble and offend the Dragon Clan. Dragon Clan, I, Sun Wukong, am here to get the treasure. Sun Wukong shouted forcefully. This rhythm is really going to piss off the Dragon Clan, Jiyin and Zunti's hearts trembled. Junior brother, it seems that we will secretly help you later, Jiyin said. Although this stone monkey is very talented, he is also an expert at causing trouble, Zunti said helplessly. Honghuang, I can reach the sky without realizing the great way, and I will never change my form to author, Honghuang Xiaoan. Chapter 174. The Western religion accepted Zunti and gave Sun Wukong Hongmeng purple energy. However, it is pointed out that Sun Wukong will play a big role in the future and strengthen the Western religion. It's not because Sun Wukong caused trouble for their Western religion. The two of them were very troubled when they saw Sun Wukong trying to anger the Dragon Clan. A message from Tong Tien was sent to Aojin, who immediately informed Honghuang, the Dragon King of the East China Sea. When Sun Wukong shouted, Honghuang, the Dragon King of the East China Sea, heard the sound and immediately led the Dragon Clan in the palace to welcome him out. I, Honghuang, the Dragon King of the East China Sea, lead the Dragon Palace of the East China Sea to welcome fellow Daoist's son. After seeing Sun Wukong, Guang welcomed him with a smile. When Jian Zunti saw this scene, he was stunned for a moment. When they thought about it, Sun Wukong just shouted like that. With the temperament of the Dragon Clan, they would definitely come out to fight directly. However, they didn't. Not only they didn't start a fight. They even treated each other with courtesy when they came out. What was going on? This was completely beyond their expectations. The Dragon Clan can now be said to be the strongest race in the world. It was extremely powerful. The Dragon Clan treated each other with courtesy. To be honest, if the two of them go to the Dragon Clan, I am afraid they will not receive such treatment. In fact, they may even receive a cold look from the Dragon Clan. If they are like Sun Wukong just now, I will come to your Dragon Clan to get the treasure. I'm afraid I'll have to be beaten out even more. Junior brother, what is going on? Is there any connection between this stone monkey and the Dragon Clan? Jiyan asked. I don't know, my clone has never heard of it. What kind of relationship does he have with the Dragon Clan? Zunti responded with a puzzled look. At this moment, both of them felt something was wrong. The Lingming stone monkey jumped out of the stone. Moreover, after jumping out, it has been in Huiguo Mountain, and later became a disciple of Zunti's incarnation, Taoist Bodhi. Ordinarily, it is impossible to have anything to do with the Dragon Clan. But it doesn't matter. With the Dragon Clan's temperament, he will never be so polite. Junior brother, it seems that we should pay more attention to the stone monkey. I feel something is not good, Jiyan said. Senior brother, I also feel that there seems to be some conspiracy on the two of us. This matter cannot be underestimated. I will observe the stone monkey every day. Zunti also followed closely. The two of them felt something was wrong, but they couldn't find out what was wrong. Anyway, both of them looked puzzled and confused at the moment. It seems that the relationship between this dragon and the teacher should be quite good, otherwise he would not be so polite to me. The teacher is really nice to me. Sun Wukong saw the Dragon King of the Dragon Clan coming out to greet him so politely, and his heart was full of thanks to Tong Tien. Sun Daiyu. Guang shouted, ready to speak. But didn't wait for him to speak. Sun Wukong smiled and said, Brother Guang, don't call me Taoist Sunday. It would be great if we call you brother and Taoist brother directly. Calling me Taoist Master Sun doesn't sound right to your ears. Guang paused. Their Dragon Clan is the servant of Tong Tien, and Sun Wukong is the disciple of Tong Tien. It is said that his position is higher than that of their Dragon Clan. Now this Sun Wukong actually called himself brother to Guang, and Guang felt a little scared. This isn't appropriate, Guang hesitated. If there is any inappropriateness, from now on I will call you brother Guang, and you will call me brother Sun. Sun Wukong smiled. Sun Wukong was free and easy by nature. He was eclectic. Guang also felt that Sun Wukong was very kind-hearted. He immediately agreed. Okay, brother Sun, please. Guang made a gesture of invitation. After arriving at the East China Sea Dragon Palace, Sun Wukong looked at the various crystal pearls in the East China Sea Dragon Palace, which were very brilliant. His water curtain cave was extremely dark every day. If there were these crystal pearls, his water curtain would be the cave is much more beautiful. Guang on the side seemed to see what Sun Wukong was thinking. Then he laughed and said, Brother Sun, there is not much else in my dragon palace, only magic weapons and crystal pearls. Later, Brother Sun chose the magic weapon, and I asked someone to bring some crystal pearls to Brother Sun for use in installing the cave. If so, thank you very much, Brother Guang. Sun Wukong was not polite and responded with a smile. Brother Sun, you're welcome. Guang smiled. Then he waved his hand and said to his subordinates, come on, take out all the best treasures from our East China Sea Dragon Palace. Yes, Dragon King. A group of shrimp soldiers and crab generals, after hearing the sound, immediately entered the East China Sea Dragon Palace treasure house and moved out all the magic weapons. All the sword, gun, and sword-type magic weapons appeared in front of them. The best among them was the innate spiritual treasure. Sun Wukong tried every one of them. It's not that the magic weapon is not good. It's just that he feels that it's not easy to take advantage of. Brother Sun, why aren't these magic weapons suitable for you? Ao Guang asked. Sun Wukong shook his head, indicating that he didn't. How about this, Brother Sun, just follow me to the Dragon Palace treasure house. As long as there is something you value, you can take it away at will. Ao Guang thought for a while and said. Thank you very much, Brother Ao Guang. Sun Wukong's eyes moved and he said. You're welcome. The Western cult received Yin and Zunti. Hearing that Ao Guang was going to take Sun Wukong to the Dragon Palace treasure house in the East China Sea, his eyes suddenly froze again. Everyone knows about the Dragon clan's love for treasures. The Dragon clan's treasure trove has always been never revealed to outsiders. Now Ao Guang he actually brought Sun Wukong in personally and allowed him to choose. This kind of treatment is probably not available in the entire prehistoric era. Jingyan and Zunti were even more puzzled. What relationship does the Sun Wukong have with the Dragon clan? Can the Dragon clan be so attracted to each other? Wait. After a while, Ao Guang and Sun Wukong have entered the East China Sea Dragon Palace treasure house. A quarter of the treasures of the Dragon clan are hidden here. There are countless good things inside. Sun Wukong can't see it for a while. In the treasure house, look for after walking around for a while, no magic weapon was found. Until, when they reached the middle of the treasure house, they saw a big pillar standing in the middle of the treasure house. Sun Wukong took a closer look and saw a line of writing on it. Ruyi Golden Cudgel. Sun Wukong tried to touch it with his hand. In an instant, Sun Wukong's soul felt the spirituality of this Ruyi Golden Cudgel. At this moment, Sun Wukong seemed to feel that this Ruyi Golden Cudgel was the treasure his teacher asked him to pick up. Brother Ao Guang, he is the treasure I need to come to Dragon Palace. Sun Wukong pointed at the Ruyi Golden Cudgel and said. It? Ao Guang looked at the Ruyi Golden Cudgel. He naturally knew the origin of this Ruyi Golden Cudgel. It was originally called the Dingai Divine Needle and had the power to calm the sea. Rumor has it that it was an acquired treasure from the time of the 3 sovereigns and 5 emperors. But later, after the Dragon clan obtained it, no one used its power, so they placed it in the Dragon Palace treasure house. Brother Ao Guang, don't you want to give up? Sun Wukong said. Brother Sun is joking. Sun Wukong came to get the treasure, but it was something that the Lord of the Dragon clan personally ordered. How dare he, Ao Guang, say that he would not give it up? Brother Sun, I'm afraid you won't be able to use this treasure, Ao Guang said. Then I'll try it first. Honghuang, I can reach the sky without realizing the great way, and I will never change my form to author, Honghuang Xiaoyan. Chapter 175. The power of Sun Wukong's Yuan Shen can be displayed. In an instant, it swept towards the Ruyi Golden Cudgel. When the power of the soul wraps the Ruyi Golden Cudgel, suddenly, the Ruyi Golden Cudgel seemed to have spirituality. Start getting smaller immediately. When it became the size of a hand, it fell directly into the hands of Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong immediately felt the weight of the Ruyi Golden Cudgel. Yes, this treasure is very handy. Sun Wukong laughed loudly and swung the Ruyi Golden Cudgel a few times. Although Sun Wukong did not deliberately use his attack power, the power of the casual wave instantly caused the Dragon Palace treasure house to start shaking wildly. What a baby! While waving, Sun Wukong laughed happily. Brother Sun, please collect the treasure quickly. If it continues, my dragon sky may collapse. Ao Guang shouted with dull eyes. Sun Wukong stopped immediately when he heard the sound. Then he looked towards the Dragon Palace treasure house and saw the mess all over the ground. Now Sun Wukong felt a little embarrassed. Others brought him in to choose treasures at will, but it turned it into chaos. After a while, Honghuang took Sun Wukong out of the Dragon Palace treasure house. After getting the treasure, Sun Wukong was ready to leave. But at this time, Honghuang retained Sun Wukong and said, "Brother Sun, don't be in a hurry. Leave, my 3 brothers and the 3 dragon kings of the sea are coming. They each have a treasure to give to Brother Sun." "Oh, Brother Honghuang, you are too polite." Although the tone was very embarrassing, the expression did not reveal the slightest bit of embarrassment. The light in his eyes flashed repeatedly. "Your disciple is really interesting. On the surface, you are polite, but in reality you are not polite at all." In the midst of the interception, Nuwa said with a smile. The Western cult. When it was learned that the Dragon Palace of the East China Sea had finished delivering the treasures, there were now 3 more Dragon Palaces of the 3 seas coming to deliver the treasures. Their eyes were trembling. There were even 10,000 guesses in their hearts. After a while, the Dragon Emperors of the 3 seas arrived. 3 brothers, this is Brother Sun Wukong. Honghuang introduced. "Brother Sun, I, Nanhai Dragon Palace, give you a purple and gold 7-star crown. Brother Sun, I, the Dragon Palace of the West Sea, send you lotus root silk walking shoes. Brother Sun, I, Bihai Dragon Palace, give you a chain-shaped golden armor." The Dragon Kings of the 3 seas all sent their magic weapons to Sun Wukong. "Okay, thank you all, Brother Long." Sun Wukong was not polite at all. He put on all 3 treasures. Originally, Sun Wukong could only wear a piece of cloth and did not show his power. But now he is wearing a suit of armor, and his aura is extremely powerful. Sun Wukong was also very happy to see that he was so powerful. "Brother Sun, here are some crystal pearls, you can install the cave." Finally, Honghuang took out many crystal pearls and presented them to him. After a while, Sun Wukong returned to Huaguo Mountain with a full harvest. When Sun Wukong stood in armor and landed in front of the monkeys were all stunned. "Got it?" At the same time, in heaven, Haoshan accidentally observed the ancient world. Saw Sun Wukong in Huaguo Mountain. "Hey, is this the stone monkey from before?" Haoshan was surprised. Tais Hanglejun and Yuanshi Tianzun also looked over. "This stone monkey is so powerful." "No, this stone monkey seems like we can't see through what kind of cultivation he has." Tai Shanglejun and Yuanshi Tianzun took a look at it and said secretly. "Yes, it's true that this stone monkey seems to have a mist, which is really strange. I am already in the realm of the great Dao, how could this happen?" Haoshan is also full of curiosity. "Jade Emperor, it seems that he has got an opportunity at this time, and this opportunity is not small. I think he is not weak now. It's better for the Jade Emperor to use the power of order to bring him back to heaven." Yuanshi Tianzun suggested. "Lejun, what do you think?" After Jade Emperor Haoshan's eyes darkened for a moment, he asked Tais Hanglejun. These words seemed to be asking Tais Hanglejun, but in fact he was asking about Tais Hanglejun himself, Lao Tzu. At this moment, in the Human Education Dojo, I have also taken a look at Sun Wukong. Naturally, I also discovered the realm of the Great Road. I cannot survey the true realm of Sun Wukong. This monkey seems to have a lot of opportunities, and I am afraid that his future achievements will be terrible. Our teaching is short of disciples, it would be great if we could attract them to others to teach. It's a pity that the Jade Emperor Haoshan is obviously interested in it now, and I am now cooperating with the Heavenly Court to steal the destiny of the West. It seems that this matter can only be delayed until he rethinks about it." I shook my head and said secretly, and then informed the Supreme Master of the Good Corpse about my intention. "Jade Emperor, I think what Yuanshi Tianzun said is right. It is best to bring the stone monkey to the heaven now, so as not to be introduced into the sect by others. Tai Shanglejun nodded and said. Since Tai Shanglejun and Yuan Tianzun both feel that it should be brought into heaven now, then I will use the power of order to bring it into heaven. The reason why Jade Emperor Haoshan asked Tai Shanglejun before was obviously to ask me not to stop him. Jade Emperor Haoshan is no longer the boy he once was. He has been in charge of the heaven for many years and has a lot of plans. Soon, Jade de Haoshan's breath sank. The power of the Great Way of Order was fully displayed. He immediately attacked Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong has the Great Way Kung Fu, which can be said to be completely shielded from the power of order. As for Sun Wukong, because his realm is only the realm of Deluo Jingxian, so there is also no sense of the power of order. One cannot control the power of order. The other cannot sense the power of order at all. The latter did not notice it and naturally did not respond, acting as if nothing happened. But the former Jade Emperor Haoshan looked puzzled. Jade Emperor, what's wrong? Yuan Tianzun asked quickly when he saw that the Jade Emperor's face was wrong. I don't know what's going on, but my power of order didn't affect the stone monkey. Jade Emperor Haoshan said. The Jade Emperor's power of order is the power of the Great Road, but he can't control the stone monkey. Yuan Tianzun was shocked. How could this be? Tai Shanglejun was also surprised. I'll try to use a little more of the power of the avenue of order. After saying that, the Jade Emperor Haoshan's power increased a bit. He swept towards Sun Wukong again. However, the power of order swept over Sun Wukong, but it was like a stone sinking into the sea. There was no reaction at all. This power of the avenue of order, except for in the realm of the Great Dao, even the Hunyuan saint has to fall for it. The Jade Emperor Haoshan has never failed. It's really strange. Is it possible that this stone monkey has already reached the realm of the Great Dao? Yuan Tianzun said in shock. When he said this, Jade Emperor Haoshan was also surprised. This stone monkey was only born a few years ago, and it has become the realm of the Great Road. How terrifying it is. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Honghuang, I can reach the sky without realizing the Great Way, and I will never change my form to author, Honghuang Xiaoan. Chapter 176. The Jade Emperor and Yuan Tianzun were surprised. Tai Shanglejun, after some analysis by his true deity Laozi, said, Jade Emperor, Yuan Tianzun, this stone monkey should not be in the realm of the Great Dao. Oh? Why did Tai Shanglejun say this? Jade Emperor Haoshan asked. Yuan Tianzun also immediately looked at the old lord in the sky with a puzzled expression. If the stone monkey was in the realm of the Great Dao, he would naturally have sensed the power of order. In this way, we must know that the Jade Emperor wants to control him, and anyone who has reached the realm of the Great Dao will not tolerate his interference. Tai Shanglejun said with a look of certainty. Once, after the Jade Emperor Haoshan realized the Great Dao, he immediately used the power of order to harass the entire prehistoric world. However, it just started. Several Dao realms who intercepted the teaching immediately he rose up in resistance. Especially the stick of the big arm ape is still fresh in his memory. Later, many great realms also began to resist. When the old man on the stage said this, Jade Emperor Haoshan immediately thought about the past. The sweat on his face is evident. What Tai Shanglejun said makes sense, but if this stone monkey does not enter the realm of the Great Road, how can it block the Jade Emperor's power of order? Yuan Tianzun asked. I guess this stone monkey must have had a great opportunity. It is precisely because of this that the power of the Jade Emperor's avenue can be blocked. It is precisely for this reason that we cannot check the cultivation level of this stone monkey. Tai Shanglejun explained firmly. What Lejun said makes sense. But if it is really due to chance, then the chance at this time is not small. Jade Emperor Haoshan said. It is conceivable that he can block the view of the realm of the Great Road and the power of order. It can be said that there is no one in the prehistoric era who has such a great opportunity. In fact, they don't know. Sun Wukong is a disciple of Tongtian. Tongtian gave him the hidden heaven divine formation and also taught him Wan Dao Kung Fu. It is precisely because of this that Sun Wukong has such a wonderful Jade Emperor. If this is the case, then this stone monkey must be returned to heaven. Otherwise, you will despise the heavenly disaster in the future. Yuanqi. Tianzun said with a concentrated expression. Yuanqi, Tianzun is right, I think so too. Jade Emperor Haoshan nodded, agreeing with what Yuanqi Tianzun said. However, Jade Emperor Haoshan soon frowned. But, my power of order is useless to it, how can I bring it into heaven? The Tai's Hanglejun on the side did not say anything. It's not that he didn't make a sound, it was his true self, Laozi, who didn't let him. At this moment, I felt that Sun Wukong was very good. Naturally, I didn't want to be such a monster like Sun Wukong. Taken away by the heavenly court. What I thought in my heart was that it would be better if the Jade Emperor Haoshan could not subdue Sun Wukong, and then others would teach me to come forward and find a way to subdue Sun Wukong. But Yuanqi Tianzun on the side. After thinking for a while. Jade Emperor, I think there are two ways. First, we directly send heavenly soldiers and generals down to suppress him and capture him. But with this method, if Sun Wukong would rather die than obey, we have no choice but to kill him, which would be a waste of a monster. The second method is that we use the precious spiritual root as a condition to send an immortal from heaven to negotiate. In this way, there is no need to go to war. Even if it fails, we still have the first method to implement. Yuanqi. Tianzun said. Jade Emperor Haoshan thought about it for a while. The old man in heaven on the side remained silent. And Jade Emperor Haoshan thought for a moment and said, then follow the second method mentioned by Yuanqi Tianzun and send the heavenly general will negotiate with the stone monkey. Yes, Jade Emperor. I will send a general down first. Yuanqi Tianzun nodded. He immediately sent word to heavenly court's immortal Tebei Jinxing. Speaking of Tebei Jinxing, he was an immortal who was recruited by the Jade Emperor Haoshan with the power of order after becoming a god. Although his strength was average, he is a civil servant. But he is flexible and does things well. Yuanqi Tianzun informed Tebei Jinxing and asked him to go to heavenly court, and promised him a heavy treasure and spiritual roots to join heavenly court. Soon, Tebei Jinxing followed the order and headed towards go away from the Huaguo mountain. Western religion. Heavenly court uses the power of order but fails, and later uses the method of using heavy treasures. It has already fallen into the eyes of Jiyin and Zunti. Before, the two of them planned to wait until the Jade Emperor used the power of order. When Sun Wukong was forced to control Sun Wukong, Sun Wukong became angry and directly went to war with the heavenly court. After compromising the strength of the heavenly court, they came forward and decided that Sun Wukong would be a member of Journey to the West. But now they miscalculated. Junior brother, what we missed in this calculation is that the Deluo Golden Immortal Realm cannot feel the power of order at all, so it is impossible for the heavenly court to anger the stone monkey. Jiyin frowned and said. This time, I didn't expect it either. Zunti also shook his head and sighed. The two of them were calculating, but they didn't expect that such a small problem was overlooked. Junior brother, what do you think I should do now? Are you watching the stone monkey being recruited into the heaven? After a while, Chuyin asked. Senior brother, I think we should take a look at this matter first. Anyway, we have the right to determine the person who will travel to the west. Even if stone monkey is recruited into the heaven, we can also determine him to come to Lingshan. At that time, the avatar of my Taoist Bodhisattva will be revealed. He will surrender to the west, Zunti said very firmly and confidently. Surrender to the west? It can only be said that Zunti's thoughts are too good. He is scheming against others, but he doesn't know that he has fallen into Tongtian's scheme. Good, then just follow what the junior brother said. Jiyan nodded. When Taibei Jinxing arrived at Huaguo Mountain, he was immediately surrounded by a group of monkeys. Who are you and what are you doing in Huaguotian? A group of monkeys pointed at Taibei Jinxing, very viciously. Taibei Jinxing was surprised at first when he saw the group of monkeys talking human words. Then he said with a smile, I'm here to find your stone monkeys in Huaguotian. Stone monkey? Are you talking about our king? What do you want from our king? Say it. If you don't say anything, we will beat you out. A group of monkeys yelled. I am Taibei Jinxing, the immortal of heaven. I am here on the orders of the Jade Emperor to invite your king to take up the immortal position of heaven, Taibei Jinxing said. Immortal job. Heaven. What immortal position, heaven? We do not know. A group of monkeys chirped. At this moment, Sun Wukong was enjoying the monkey wine spirit fruit in the water curtain cave. Naturally, he had noticed the arrival of Taibei Venus. He didn't pay attention to it at first. But when he heard that he was invited to go when the heavenly court took up the post of immortal, suddenly, Sun Wukong's eyes moved. He immediately remembered what Tongtian once told him. If the heavenly court comes, he can obey one or two and go to the heavenly court. The heavenly court can give him many opportunities and spiritual treasures and spiritual roots. Sun Wukong thought of this. A smile immediately appeared on the face. What the teacher said came true. The teacher is really powerful, he was able to figure it out a long time ago. Since heaven has given me treasures and spiritual roots, I have to listen to my teacher and accept them. After Sun Wukong smiled, he walked out of the water curtain cave. Honghuang, I can reach the sky without realizing the great way, and I will never change my form to author, Honghuang Xiaoan. Chapter 177. That old man, what kind of immortal position does your Jade Emperor in heaven give me? Besides the immortal job, does your heaven have anything else to offer? Sun Wukong jumped out across the air and landed in front of Taibei Jinxing. Taibei Jinxing didn't react for a moment and was frightened. Although Taibei Jinxing was flexible, his strength was very low. Sun Wukong was very fierce. He was so frightened. One jump is too normal. You immortal official, you are so cowardly, Sun Wukong smiled contemptuously. What a coward! 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 A group of monkeys quickly pointed at Taibei Jinxing and said mockingly. Taibei Jinxing's face froze. He smiled awkwardly. Then, he saluted Sun Wukong. Taibei Jinxing has seen the Monkey King. Stop talking nonsense and quickly answer what I just asked you, Sun Wukong said impatiently. The Jade Emperor said that as long as the Monkey King goes to heaven, everything will be easy to explain, but I can't tell you the specific immortal position and the specific treasure it is, Taibei Xing said with a stiff face. Before, Yuan Shi Tianzun only said that he could give Sun Wukong an immortal position and a heavy treasure. However, Yuan Shi Tianzun didn't say at all what these immortal positions and heavy treasures were. Isn't this the same as making fun of me? I don't know what my immortal position is, and I don't know what important treasure it is. Hateful. Sun Wukong showed his fierceness. Taibei Jinxing immediately showed a look of fear on his face. Don't be angry, Monkey King. How about this? The Monkey King will follow me to heaven. When the time comes, when he meets the Jade Emperor, the Monkey King can directly propose the immortal position and treasure. Taibei Jinxing said quickly. Oh. Sun Wukong's eyes moved. He thought to himself that if he really wants it when the time comes, it would be better than others giving it to him. Whatever he wants, he will get it. If he doesn't give it, the worst he can do is not do it. Okay, then I will go to heaven with you. But I have something to say first, if your heavenly court does not agree to my conditions, I will kill you. Sun Wukong said with a cold face. Taibei Jinxing was cold and cold. Yes, yes. Soon, Sun Wukong took Taibei Jinxing and rose across the sky. In just a moment, he had arrived at the Nantian Gate of Heaven. In front of the Nantian Gate, the guard was Yang Jian, the Erlang god of heaven. Yang Jian saw Taibeijan star being held hostage by a demon monkey. In an instant, a mysterious force intercepted the who dares to seize the heavenly immortal position and boldly break into the heaven, Yang Jian scolded. But Yang Jian scolded. Sun Wukong carried Taibei Jinxing like he was kicking a puppy. When he was in Huaguo Mountain before, Taibei Jinxing wanted to ride the clouds back to heaven by himself. But Sun Wukong followed, looking at Taibei Jinxing's speed, he was so slow. How could he not be anxious? Then he pinched Taibei Jinxing with one hand. Now at Nantianmen, someone dared to intercept Sun Wukong. How could Sun Wukong have a good character? Who do you think you are? This king was personally invited by your heavenly Jade Emperor. Do you dare to intercept me? Eat my stick first. Sun Wukong's ferocious nature is revealed. The Ruyi golden cudgel has been sacrificed. He is about to smash it across the sky. A demon monkey dared to say that the Jade Emperor sent someone to personally invite him. What a joke. A look of disbelief appeared on Yang Jian's face, and his mysterious power was displayed wildly. At this pace, it was obvious that a war was about to begin. However, the expression of Taibei Jinxing, who was being held by Sun Wukong, changed. He quickly jumped off Sun Wukong's hand and walked away. Between Sun Wukong and Yang Jian. Wait! Wait! Taibei Jinxing shouted quickly. Then, he said to Yang Jian Lang Shen, get out of here. This Monkey King was really sent to me by the Jade Emperor himself. You must not offend him. Taibei Jinxing was panicking. You, Erlang Shen, can usually show off your power in heaven. But please don't make any trouble for me at this time. If something goes wrong, I won't be able to explain the Jade Emperor's fault. This one, I have more trouble. It's not easy to appease. Looking at the character of this Monkey King, there will definitely be blood when he takes action. And I'm the one who didn't want to be beaten first. Yang Jian glanced at Sun Wukong suspiciously. Then he said with confidence in his eyes, Taibei Jinxing, you don't need to panic, you are in heaven now, no evil can threaten you anymore. Don't worry, I can easily take down this monster monkey. When Taibei Jinxing heard this, he was confused. When was I threatened by evil spirits? Which eye did you see it in? The third eye? And you want to capture this monster monkey? This monster monkey, let alone the Jade Emperor personally invited me. Let's just say that his strength is obviously stronger than yours. You, a god conferring incense immortal, do you think it's still the same as before? Taibei Jinxing, please step back quickly and I will take care of this monster monkey. Seeing Taibei Jinxing not moving, Yang Jian continued. Taibei Jinxing was even more depressed. I saw your ghost. Do you really want to attack Sun Wukong? Taibei Jinxing, of course, it is impossible to let Yang Jian go. Go to war. Yang Jian, if you dare to take action, kill me. Taibei Jinxing first. Taibei Jinxing stepped forward and glared at Yang Jian fiercely. Yang Jian was also stunned. Weren't you just caught by the evil spirit? I'm going to help you now, okay? You still have to protect this evil spirit. Taibei Jinxing, is it possible that evil has invaded your spiritual consciousness? Yang Jian's eyes moved. At that moment, murderous intent appeared in his eyes. If your Taibeijan star is invaded by evil spirits, then I will have no choice but to destroy the family for justice. Hearing this, Taibei Jinxing was almost stunned. I was also invaded by evil spirits? Do you still want to kill your relatives out of justice? Yang Jian, You can really think about it. Yang Jian, shut up. If you dare to talk nonsense again and block the path between me and this Monkey King, don't blame me for taking action. Taibei Jinxing couldn't bear it any longer. As a civil servant, he actually burst into anger. According to the normal journey to the west, Taibei Jinxing would never get angry or fight, or even blush. He would always smile and look full. A good old man. But now, he is angry. You can imagine how much he hates being forced by Yang Jian. Yang Jian was also stunned. A civil servant actually wanted to fight him. This was something he had never thought about. Son. Yang Jian, stand down. Let Taibei Jinxing bring the Stone Monkey King, he is the guest personally invited by this emperor. At this moment, the voice of Jade Emperor Haoshan came over. Honghuang, I can reach the sky without realizing the great way, and I will never change my form to author, Honghuang Xiaoan. Chapter 178. To be honest, fortunately the Jade Emperor spoke up in time. Otherwise, the rhythm is too much for Bai Jinxing and Yang Jian, and they really have to work together. By then, I'm afraid there will be a big joke. A civil servant goes to war with a military commander. This has never happened before in heaven. The Jade Emperor spoke up. Yang Jian's expression suddenly changed. Obviously, he already knew this. I misunderstood. Taibei Jinxing, I have misunderstood, please don't blame me. Erlang Shen Yang Jian quickly stepped forward and said apologetically. Snort. Taibei Jinxing snorted coldly. He glared at Erlang Shen Yang Jian fiercely. Although there were no words, his expression already meant to reprimand Erlang Shen. Look, I told you earlier, this is the invitation sent by the Jade Emperor himself. The Monkey King is coming. It's better for you to stop him. He even said that I was invaded by evil spirits. I, Taibei Jinxing, tell you that today is the day when the Jade Emperor is in a hurry to summon this Monkey King. Otherwise, I, Taibei Jinxing, will definitely fight you desperately. Ichiban. Erlang Shen Yang Jian looked at Taibei Jinxing's face with a look of astonishment. But it was him who was wrong after all. He was stunned and did not dare to reply. He was stunned by a civilian immortal official. King, let's quickly enter the Lingxiao Palace. Don't argue with this person, there are many generals in heaven, but they all have bad minds. Taibei Jinxing arrived in front of Sun Wukong and said quickly. Yang Jian and a group of heavenly generals next to him, listening to Taibei Jinxing saying that they had no brains, all showed displeasure on their faces. But they dared to be dissatisfied and did not dare to say anything else. Humph, look at you, old man, you can still talk, otherwise I will never let this three-eyed man go. Sun Wukong took away the Ruyi golden cudgel and scolded him coldly. A moment later, Sun Wukong followed Taibei Jinxing to the Lingxiao Palace. At this moment, above the Lingxiao Palace, there was the Jade Emperor Haoshan. On both sides, there were Tais Hang, Lejun, and Yuanqi Tianzun. Pay homage to the Jade Emperor. Taibei Jinxing quickly saluted Haoshan. Then, he whispered to Sun Wukong, Your Majesty, up here is our Jade Emperor Haoshan. The Jade Emperor is in charge of the three realms. Quickly salute like him. Taibei Jinxing wants Sun Wukong to salute the Jade Emperor. It can only be said that he thinks too much. In Sun Wukong's heart, except for his own teacher, Tong Tian, who can make him salute, no one else has that qualification. Are you the Jade Emperor? Tell me, come up, what kind of immortal position can you give me, what kind of treasure can you give me? Sun Wukong went straight to the topic without any hesitation. Taibei Jinxing was blinded in his impression. But no one has ever dared to speak like this to the Jade Emperor. He brought this Sun Wukong. If the Jade Emperor gets angry and blames Sun Wukong, Taibei Jinxing was indirectly responsible. Taibei Jingxing quickly wanted to speak out and dissuade Sun Wukong. He asked Sun Wukong to apologize to the Jade Emperor. But before Taibei Jingxing could speak, a smile appeared on Jade Emperor Haoshan's face. "You monkey, you are really interesting. It's better to just say it yourself. What kind of immortal job do you want, and what kind of treasure do you want?" The Jade Emperor Haoshan didn't have any anger. It seemed very natural. Sun Wukong's eyes moved. This left him to say for himself. He had to think about it carefully. After a while, Sun Wukong stared at the Jade Emperor Haoshan and said, "Jade Emperor, you should have the highest immortal position in heaven, right? In this way, I will no longer be in your position. You can give me the great sage Kishan, who means equal to the sky, and equal to your Jade Emperor." The Taibei Jingxing in the back listened. His feet began to tremble. He was on par with the Jade Emperor. Who in the entire heaven dares to speak so shamelessly? This is treason and is tantamount to seeking death. Tais Hanglajun and Yuan Tianzun. All have expressions. Moved. Obviously, they did not expect that the stone monkey would act so boldly. Jade Emperor Haoshan's eyes also darkened. After thinking about it, he suddenly burst out laughing. Although Sun Wukong acted boldly, his intention was actually different from his. Jade Emperor Haoshan has become an equal existence. However, whether it is heaven or the entire prehistoric world, strength speaks for itself. Position is important, but everything is based on strength. Sun Wukong wants a position, but has no strength. It is the same. It's in name only. It doesn't matter if the Jade Emperor gave it to him. In this way, Sun Wukong can still be used. When the Jade Emperor Haoshan left, Taibei Jingxing, who was standing behind Sun Wukong, had already begun to weaken in his legs. To be honest, if it weren't for him, he would be a golden immortal. I'm afraid it will collapse to the ground. Monkey King, what a prestigious title. You stone monkey dares to think about it, and you can think about it. So, why not confer you the title of Monkey King? After the Jade Emperor left, his eyes darkened. Today I, Haoshan, announce to the heavenly court that the stone monkey Sun Wukong rises to the throne of the great sage, equal to heaven. A voice fell into the entire heaven in an instant. Many heavenly immortals and generals were extremely curious. Who is this Sun Wukong? He actually has such a powerful title? I thought that the Jade Emperor would be angry and Taibei would disagree. Venus, when she saw the Jade Emperor's announcement to heaven, her eyes were stunned for a moment. How could the Jade Emperor agree? This title of Monkey King, the Monkey King, was obviously disrespectful. Taibei Venus had 10,000 guesses in her mind. Stone Monkey, are you satisfied now? The Jade Emperor Haoshan asked Sun Wukong. Immortal position, I am satisfied. But I haven't said anything about Kongbao yet. Sun Wukong raised his head and said. But it doesn't matter. Jade Emperor Haoshan waved his hand and said. When I was in Huaguo Mountain, I needed spiritual fruits to satisfy my hunger every day. In this heavenly court, your heavenly court must measure the spiritual fruits for me every day, and the spiritual fruits must be born from spiritual roots. In addition, I still lack magic weapons. Your heavenly court must give me some magic weapons, the level of which is at least the acquired spiritual treasure or above. In addition, I am used to having people serve me, so I must have a few fairies to serve me. Sun Wukong put forward his request without any scruples. The Taibei Jingxing behind him felt his scalp numb when he heard it. He needs spiritual fruits born from spiritual roots every day. Who else in the entire heaven except the Jade Emperor and Queen Mother can have such a thing? Honor. There are also magical treasures, which require several acquired spiritual treasures. Among the immortals in heaven, there are very few who can have innate spiritual treasures. Sun Wukong not only wants one thing, but several. The last one is the little immortal. Waiting. In heaven, only the Jade Emperor and Queen Mother can be served by immortals. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Honghuang, I can reach the sky without realizing the great way, and I will never change my form to author, Honghuang Xiaoan. Chapter 179. Taibei Jingxing's scalp was numb. When he thought about it, Jade Emperor Haoshan would definitely not agree to this last request. However, Jade Emperor Haoshan smiled and said, I will comply with all your requests. The Taibei Venus shook. Who in the entire heaven can be treated like this? None. Taibei Jingxing, take Sun Wukong down. In the future, according to Sun Wukong's request, give him enough spiritual roots and fresh fruits, as well as the little immortal thorn monkey. The Jade Emperor Haoshan commanded towards Taibei Jingxing. It's, the Jade Emperor. Taibei Jingxing nodded with trembling legs and feet. Wait, where is the treasure you promised me? Do you just want to give it up? Sun Wukong said suddenly. The Taibei Jingxing next to him trembled again. The Jade Emperor defaulted on his debt? Is this possible? Jade Emperor Haoshan was also stunned subconsciously. This stone monkey was actually afraid that he would default on his debt? Now that the heaven is so powerful, how many treasures, how could you default on your debt? Don't worry, my emperor will have someone deliver it to you later. The Jade Emperor said with a smile. After a while, Taibei Jingxing took Sun Wukong away. He placed a Monkey King in the immortal mansion of the great sage Kishan. Not long after, the Jade Emperor really sent someone to send him several treasures. With Qi after the heavenly sage immortal mansion, Sun Wukong enjoyed the fairy fruit spiritual roots every day and was served by little immortals. Those days were so uncomfortable. However, many immortals in the heaven were extremely jealous of him. There was no other reason than Sun Wukong. Such treatment was something they had never had in any of their immortal positions. This made them feel comfortable. However, after all, it was the Jade Emperor who personally ordered the reward. Although these immortals felt unhappy, they kept it in their hearts and did not dare to say it openly. Many years have passed in the blink of an eye. Recently, it will be the day when the Queen Mother Yaokai will hold the Peach Conference. Several immortals are preparing the roster and hosting a banquet for the immortals. Almost all the immortals are on the list. Erlang Shen, this is the list of immortals. You can send Tian Sheng to invite you. A fairy in charge of the roster handed the roster to Erlang God Yang Jian. Erlang God Yang Jian glanced at the roster casually. Originally, he didn't plan to look at anyone in particular. But by coincidence, on that page of the roster, the name is the Monkey King, the Monkey King. Seeing this name, Yang Jian, the Erlang God, felt a little unhappy subconsciously. A demon monkey was actually canonized as the Monkey King by the Jade Emperor. Moreover, there are spiritual roots, fairy fruits, and little fairies waiting on him every day. How unreasonable! How could a demon monkey be qualified to participate in the Queen Mother's Peach Conference? Erlang God Yang Jian snorted coldly. He exerted a mysterious force and instantly erased the name of Monkey King, the Monkey King, from the roster. Go, you go, and invite the immortals according to the list. Then, the Erlang God Yang Jian handed over the list to the immortals. Yang Jian never thought that just removing Sun Wukong's name would cause a great turmoil in the heaven. Soon, the day of the Peach Blossom Conference came. 10,000 immortals gathered together, and the heaven was very lively. The Monkey King, was enjoying the spiritual root fairy fruit. But suddenly he heard the excitement in the heaven. He couldn't help but be very curious. Then he called a little immortal. Why is heaven so busy today? Sun Wukong asked after taking a bite of the spiritual fruit. Let me tell you, the great sage, today is the Peach Conference held by the Queen Mother. Thousands of immortals gathered together, so it was naturally very lively, the little fairy said. The Queen Mother's Peach Conference. What to do? Sun Wukong asked with his eyes moving. There is a flat peach garden in the heaven, and there are flat peach spiritual fruits in it, which are the strange spiritual roots of heaven and earth. They will bloom and bear fruit only every tens of thousands of years. Every time the flat peach garden matures, the Queen Mother will invite all the immortals to come and enjoy it, the little fairy replied. Pantaolingan. Sun Wukong rolled his eyes. He has eaten many spiritual roots in heaven. But he has never tasted this flat peach spiritual root. I have never tasted this flat peach spirit root. I should try 2 of them at this party. With that said, Sun Wukong was about to leave the Monkey King's mansion. However, the little immortal quickly said, Great Sage, you cannot go to this peach conference unless you are invited. Invite? Do I still need an invitation to the Pantao conference? Invited by whom? Sun Wukong asked. This, every time the peach conference is held, the Queen Mother appoints a list of invitees, and only those who are invited can go, the little immortal said. Invited by the Queen Mother. That's okay, I am the Monkey King, who was personally consecrated by the Jade Emperor, so I must be among those invited. Sun Wukong said confidently. This, Great Sage, I'm afraid you are not among those invited this time. If you were among those invited, a general from heaven should have come to deliver the invitation a few days earlier. However, we did not receive any invitations from heaven. The little immortal said. Sun Wukong was angry when he heard it. Suddenly, his anger became fierce. I am the Monkey King, and they failed to send me an invitation. Honghuang, I can reach the sky without realizing the great way, and I will never change my form to author, Honghuang Xiaoan. Chapter 180. Sun Wukong was furious. Subconsciously, I wanted to go to the Queen Mother to find out. A second thought came to mind. There is no point in asking the Queen Mother. My teacher once told me that I could leave after coming to heaven to get some opportunities. Now the treasure has been obtained. Although heaven is very enjoyable, there are spiritual roots, fairy fruits, and fairies to serve every day, but it is not as elegant as Honghuang Mountain. If the Queen Mother didn't invite her to use the peaches, wouldn't she pick them? Do you know where the peach orchards and fairy orchards in heaven are? Sun Wukong asked several immortals. Report to the Great Sage, it is just north of the heavenly court. The immortals didn't think much about it. They directly informed the Monkey King of the location of the peach orchard and the fresh orchard. Okay, I understand. I want to go out and travel now, so you can stay at the Great Sage mansion today. After that, Sun Wukong left directly in the air. But in the blink of an eye, he had arrived at the fairy orchard and the flat peach garden. The flat peach garden and the fairy fruit garden were adjacent. As soon as he got closer, Sun Wukong smelled the fragrance of flat peaches and the fragrance of fairy fruits. It's so fragrant. I'm afraid my monkey grandson has never tasted these fairy fruits and flat peaches. I'll bring some more today. Let them have a taste too. With a leap in the air, Sun Wukong entered the peach garden directly. Looking at the dazzling array of flat peaches and fairy fruits, Sun Wukong's eyes lit up. But in the blink of an eye, all the flat peaches and fairy fruits in the whole peach garden were picked by Sun Wukong. Haha, my monkey grandson is blessed. Sun Wukong said happily, and left the heavenly court directly and returned to Honghuang Mountain. In the Jijiao, Tongtian and Nuo had already seen this scene. Tongtian, this disciple of yours is really naughty, you actually picked all the peaches and fairy fruits, Nuo laughed loudly. Tongtian was not surprised by this. Sun Wukong should be like this. If not, then he would not be called Sun Wukong. Junior brother, it seems that our worries are unnecessary. This time Sun Wukong actually stole all the peaches and fairy fruits in heaven, The Western teacher laughed loudly. This monkey is naughty, but for doing this, even if the Jade Emperor doesn't want to blame him, the Queen Mother will definitely not forgive him lightly. It seems that the heaven is bound to go to war with Sun Wukong. Zunti also had a smile on his face. I don't know what kind of trouble the Sun Wukong will cause in the heavenly court, but I hope to make a big fuss and poke a hole in the heavenly court. Then he smiled. On the front foot, Sun Wukong left. After roaring, 7 fairies from the Queen Mother came to pick fairy fruits and peaches. However, when they entered the peach orchard and fairy orchard, they saw that the ground was littered with peaches and fairy fruits. There was nothing left in this scene. In an instant, both eyes were stunned. What, the situation? Was it robbed? Who picked all the flat peaches and fairy fruits? Is there not a single one left? After the 7 fairies were stunned for a moment in the flat peach garden, he quickly went back to report to the Queen Mother. A group of immortals had gathered in the palace. The Queen Mother and the Jade Emperor were sitting above. Queen Mother, when will the flat peaches come? Yes, we have been waiting for thousands of years. Queen Mother Yaokai sat above and said with a confident smile, fellow Taoists, there is no need to be anxious. Since I have specially invited you to come here and want to use the flat peaches, naturally you are indispensable. After the Queen Mother finished speaking, she saw that the 7 fairies had come over. Everyone, the 7 fairies are here, and the flat peach should also be here. The Queen Mother pointed towards the 7 fairies. In an instant, Wan Qian looked at the 7 fairies with expectant expressions. Queen Mother, what's wrong? The peaches in the peach garden and the fairy fruits in the fairy orchard have all been looted. The 7 fairies exclaimed. After saying this, the Queen Mother, the Jade Emperor, and Wan Qian were all shocked. Being robbed? What is this description? Heaven is now one of the great powers in the world. Who dares to rob heaven? In front of the Jade Emperor. He said with a solemn expression, 7 fairies, you are talking nonsense in front of all the immortals. Isn't it a big joke that the majestic heaven was looted, and it was looted in front of all the immortals? The Jade Emperor doesn't want such a joke, it's embarrassing. Jade Emperor, we are not talking nonsense. The peach orchard and the fairy orchard have really been looted, and not a single peach or spiritual fruit is left. Yes, Jade Emperor, the 7 of us saw it with our own eyes. 7 immortals, goddess said anxiously. How is it possible? Maybe something went wrong among you, so you lied. The Jade Emperor still can't do it. The 7 fairies really want to cry without tears. They saw it with their own eyes and experienced it with their own eyes, but neither the Jade Emperor nor the Queen Mother believed it. Jade Emperor, why don't you use your magical powers to find out? If things are not as we say, we are willing to take any responsibility. The great fairy of the 7 fairies said. The Jade Emperor's eyes narrowed. He knew a little bit about his daughters. Although they usually make some small nonsense, they would never dare to tell such a big lie in such a situation. The Jade Emperor thought in his heart, could it come true? The heaven was looted? Okay, then I will use my magical power to check 1 or 2, but if it is not what you said, I will punish you severely. The Jade Emperor said majestically. After that, the power of the Jade Emperor's avenue was fully displayed. In an instant, the scenes of the peach garden and the fairy fruit garden appeared in the void in the palace. When everyone saw the peach garden and the fairy fruit garden in a state of disgrace and dilapidation, they were all stunned. Is this still the peach garden and the fairy orchard? This peach garden and the fairy orchard are the most fairy-like places in heaven. But now, it is like being swept by a strange beast. The branches and leaves are flying horizontally, and the fruit shells are flying. It was all over the ground. It looked like it had been robbed by thousands of people. When the Jade Emperor and the Queen Mother saw this scene, they were stunned for a moment. Then the 2 people showed their anger. The peach conference was held by the Queen Mother of Heaven. At this time, all immortals should eat flat peaches. But now flat peaches, all the peaches were picked. Even the fairy orchard is the same. Leave no one behind. This is equivalent to a slap in the face. Slap heaven in the face. Who is so bold? The Jade Emperor scolded, and the whole heaven was shaken. A group of 10,000 immortals looked a little frightened for a moment. At the same time, they were all thinking in their hearts. What is going on? Why, at this time, Pantao Yuan and Fairy Fruit Garden were, people looted it. What was the purpose of slapping heaven in the face like this? And who did it?